Okay, pilots, it's time to start on these wings. And you know how I'm about them LEDs. So, I've already had a little bit of an experience with the wing tip light here on my other wing. So, we're gonna try an attempt. And I hope I don't knock the rest of my stuff over here. I'm running out of room, I tell you, I'm running out of room. Got two big wings and a fuselage in here. Okay. It's got a little area there, this little indentation there where a light should be, but come to find out there's not really a lot there to help you at all. Just kind of, I already know what's behind the other one. I just want to make sure it's the same thing over here. Oh, come on, I'm trying to get that piece of cover. There's a piece going across here, and there's a piece coming up this way, and this piece coming this way kind of gets all in your way. It's all in your way. Alright. I got my light cover here. And I've got to keep looking over here at my other wing because I made some cuts on it. Because when you put this one on there to get it to become halfway flush, I gotta turn it over here so you make sure that we go. That's a little bit better. And I got to try and get that little square cut out in the correct direction. Let's see here, I've got to hold on to this wing. Okay. I put my cover on there and I just kind of hold my pen above it there where I want to make my mark. And just try to cut a little section out there for my lights to set. Yes, I said lights, because I'm trying to get two lights in this hole, not just one. I didn't want to go all the way through to that top with the cutting tool there, because it kind of makes a mess of a cut. Now watch me sit there and say that and then make a mess of a cut with this. This stuff ain't really easy to cut. Well, cutting yourself. That's a pretty big piece right there. Pretty thick piece now. I don't want to lose that. It doesn't stick to it. No. It went before. Bet you it went before. Because it's not up there. Smoke! Let's see. I got another screw, but doggone it, I get going. It's always something. It's always something. Here's the real tricky part. That was the easy part. Yeah. I gotta bore all this out even further inside the wing without cutting through the outside of the wing. I used a drill on the other one, but I was just afraid that I would just start eating wood away that I didn't want to, and start splitting everything all up and busting it all up. I mean, I got it done and got it looking. I'm gonna show it to you in a little bit as soon as I get this light in here and show you how tough it is to get the light through it. You're gonna be 10 seconds in the light in this video. Oh, come on now. And I need to invest in a small vacuum cleaner. There's that big one right there. Hold your ears. Drilling. It's not like I'm drilling. It's like I'm using it as a boring tool. Stay there. I got to a little bit anyway. Because I had to get through that. Now, I can sit here and squeeze this, but as I get on back through there, I've got another that's going across here that I just drilled a hole in it. It didn't have a hole in it. This right here is still good and solid all the way around. But I'm still going to have to get right here just a little bit. Alright. That light's gonna be sitting there. And this white strobing light now these wires ain't gonna be sticking out, they're gonna be going inside there. It's gonna be here in this little corner. Okay. That's the way the bulbs will be sitting in it, but the the wires will be inside the wing. If I can get my fishing rod through this wing. Now there is the question. Can I get that fishing rod through this wing? Well, can I find the fishing rod? What does it do? This ain't gonna be good. This ain't gonna be good. Here it is. Nope, that's that push rod I was trying to use. There's my good rod. Hey, Nelly. Okay, let me get this tape off. Lord be with me here these next few minutes. Maintain control. Help this rod go through this little bitty hole. Got a string going up through there, but I don't know where the string's going. Here we go, pilots. Unknown trail. Because I don't know where in the world it's going. Goes through steps, sir. Once you get a little bit further, you get a little bit further, you get a little bit further. Go through another little hole. Go a little bit further, go a little bit further. Not with my hair is on it, though. And there it goes. There. Beam me up, Scotty. I have coordinates now. Now, and believe it or not, Ripley's wouldn't believe this one. I put the green light in the red wing and had to pull it back out and do this again. That's the reason I had to turn the video off and do it again. Okay, so I'm putting the ends of my strobe wire, which is twisted, in my marker light, which is straight. And they won't make it to but just right to here, okay? Because what I'm going to do with the green line, I'm going to tie it into the servo, and the strobe light has to go to its control box, and you can't wire it in. You got to go straight to the control box with it. You can't do it. Don't work. Tried it on one of my helicopters and it didn't work. Did not work. So you got to do it exactly the way the manufacturer had it wired, with no changes. And I don't want to tie this, and I don't want to wrap it around that hook, because there's real thin chambers that you're going through in there. I'm trying to make this as small and as thin as possible. Wrapping the tape around, making it as thin as I can do it. I still hold on to it though. Goodness gracious, let's hope it holds on. Okay, Lord. And she's through. It was a little tough on that other there. It caught a corner, and I just knew for sure it was going to pull that thing through. I'm going to leave that hooked up for right now. Okay. And my heart didn't skip a beat. Want to get the wire in there, get the wire in there. Put the light where I want it, and put a little touch of super glue on it here and there. What are you doing? The green one is just falling into place, and my strobe light's fighting me. Come on now. Come on, man. Like that. Thank you for your continued support. Now, I know with it just sticking out just a little bit past the wingtip, it's going to be alright, because that's kind of the way that cover is going to be, because it's a little too small for what I'm working with here. That's kind of 1200 millimeter light covers, not 125 inches of wingspan coverage. So everything's a little bit bigger. What I do my cap, there it is. And you go through quite a bit of that. But we're not going to use that to do this. Not going to do that. And then when I get done showing you how, let's see, let me get my bit ready. How I had to do this, we're going to get the landing light. Smaller drill bits. Spreading it apart. I don't want that thing to touch it. Okay, let's do it this way. How did I have that? I had to trim my cover here a little bit because it was off square to the light. Where they had the position of the light here, my light cover would have been square. As far as what I'm talking about is the way it's cut here and here would have been square. Well, the way they got that sitting back a little bit further, my angle of that light cover went that way. You see what I'm saying? So I've got to take my scissors and it will make the cover even a little bit smaller, but it'll get that angle right. And I'm just cutting that in a little bit more of an angle to the way it's going to be sitting on the wing here. Now, and that will square it up. Now, when I do that, it makes it so small. See, this should have been bigger. Like on my Seagull twin engine Mosquito, this thing was huge. Like they give you, of course, you know, they didn't give me the covers. I had to come up with the covers, but they gave you these for landing gear covers. My God, look at the size of the thing. Now that's a nose tip for an EDF jet of mine. Okay. So what I've done, is I drilled a hole right here in the corner. And yes, I put a screw in my cover there to hold it because I just couldn't get a clamp on it because it had the tops here just pointed straight up in the air. I mean, they was up straight up in the air because the light bulb was so big and the wing was so big, it just wasn't fitting right. I'm gonna get that slag off first. That'll hold it off too. And yes, I'm gonna put me a little bit of glue on it. That'll help. A little bit on this side. I'm using foam tack so that super glue won't turn the cover there white, smoky white. I've seen sometimes where you can take a little alcohol and you can get that off sometimes and it won't melt the plastic cover. But always test a little spot and make sure, because the plastics, different kind of plastics can react different kind of way to alcohol. I know it sure will react differently with thinner. Sometimes it won't do nothing to it. Sometimes you clean it right off, won't even take the coloring off of it. And yet sometimes it'll just melt it, just melt right in your hand. Be all over the place. All right, let's see if we can do this without making a mess here. I'm trying to spread it out a little bit, get it up over the bulb. At least just get it on there. You know it's not going to be fit like a glove unless it was made for it. Let me get my screw ready here. That was the screw that had dropped in the floor. Oh yeah, imagine that. Get the glue off my finger here that I need to use and put on this lens. Where's my hole at? Can't see my hole. See, nothing gonna work out. Let's see if I can get this started a little bit here. ain't gonna work. That's right, I was using my whole body and everything to do this. That's right, I forgot about that. See, I get to push this thing up here as tight as I can get it. Well, it's flipping over in the floor, making a mess. Get the screw started. Come on, ice cream. Looks like I got that screw started. Don't glue my shirt. Don't glue Captain to the dadgum plane. That's why you leave your rod on it. You don't want that wire pulling back through. We ain't quite made a mess yet. Not yet. We ain't done yet now. Okay. Where's my little bag of screws? My bag of screws. My simple bag of screws. These are all these little bitty screws I go to the store and buy. When I was building these ARF models, when you got to put plastic, the canopies on, the little tail piece I got on the B-17 goes right here. You know, I got these little bigger heads, but they not real big thread. See, a 1/4 inch long. I guess you would call it 4 or 5 millimeters if it was a metric screw. All right, we're trying to just, you know, the glue ain't drying yet, you know. So let's see if we can get it started here in the hole. In the hole. It's in the hole. And without further ado, let me block your view and maybe get my screw. And the squirrel gets a nut. Get started. And it's going to have just a little bit of an opening back here, just like the other one did over there. The other wing. But at least it ain't going anywhere. It ain't got the butterfly wings out here. The butterfly wings. And it's going to have a strobing light and a red light, or green light, you know, on both ends.